Untouchable is one of those DMZ missions that sounds like it might be impossible. It asks you to go into Vondel, get the weapon case and extract without taking any health damage. That means you can't get shot and then lose your last plate and take a little bit of damage there. You can't take any full damage. I think fire damage might even mess it up. You have to be unbelievably careful. And extracting alone on Vondel is really difficult because there's quite a lot of players there. I think there's 6 teams, and it's really easy to see when someone else is extracting, especially if you've got the weapon case so they know exactly where you are. So it's super easy for them just to, you know, snipe you, and then that's it, your entire mission's over. But I'm here to tell you there is an easy way to do this. I'm actually going to show you 2 ways to do this. There's one way that's kind of the normal way, and that's how I managed to get it. And then there's one way that's a little bit more like an exploit, but it definitely still works and it'll make it easier for you. As always, if you find this video useful or you find it entertaining, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and consider becoming a member of the channel. It's only $1.99 a month. You just press that join button underneath the video, and it really goes a long way to supporting me making these videos. So the one thing you're going to need to be able to do this is a friend. I'm sorry, but this isn't a solo guide. You're going to need someone else you can talk to. And to be honest, they're going to be doing most of the work, so make sure it's someone that you can rely on. So in terms of prep for this, the person that is trying to complete the mission, they just need to make sure they've got a free plate before they go in. They want as much armor as possible, and maybe something like smoke grenades. The other person is going to have to take on the Bullfrog, or it could be 2 people, like having 2 people would make this much easier, but they need things like maybe a precision airstrike, self-revives, an LMG, some mines, anything that you think would be useful to take out the Bullfrog. When the game starts, the person who's trying to complete this mission needs to turn around and immediately dive into the river, because they're just going to hide for pretty much the entire game. You really want to try and find somewhere that's near an exfil. If you've got enough cash, you could do it near a buy station, then buy a personal exfil. You can actually just buy the personal exfil right at the beginning of the game if you want. No one else will be able to see that it's there, and you don't need to call it in until you're ready. Only problem with this is obviously if something goes wrong and you end up not needing it, you've just wasted $50,000. So while you're bravely hiding somewhere under the water, preferably just remembering to come up for air every now and then, your friends, the other person in your squad, they're going to be chasing the Bullfrog. The Bullfrog turns up when a timer gets to 17 minutes, I think, and it could appear anywhere, so any of the corners of the map. They want to destroy the Bullfrog as quickly as possible. Now, there's a few different guides and techniques of how to do this. The easiest one I've seen is people using precision airstrikes. If you can manage to time it right, so you get a precision airstrike right where the Bullfrog is, it should destroy it in one go. Or you can do what I've done before of like jumping up on top of it. I would give a little word of warning that it seems to be a little bit random as to whether it just kills you outright if you try to jump up from just in front of it. It's much safer to try and get on a building next to the route where it's going down and then drop down from the top. If you do get on top of it, you can blow it up like that, but do be aware that when it explodes, it is going to take you out with it, so it helps if you've got some kind of self-revive. Or you could just do it the old-fashioned way, like if you've got 2 people, one person could drive while the other person stands on top and shoots him with an LMG. You could set up loads of mines, use semtexes, things like that. Whatever you need to do to take the Bullfrog down, and be aware that obviously other teams might hear you doing this and then try to get the easy kills on you. Once you've got the weapon case, then you all need to meet up and go to the exfil. If you've got that personal exfil, that's brilliant. Maybe you could do a hostage contract, and then you've got the hostage contract ready. But bear in mind, as soon as you've got that weapon case, other people are going to know exactly where you are, so they're going to come fight you. And if the person who's trying to get the mission done gets shot at any point, there's a decent chance that that's going to fail the mission for them, and you're going to have to start this whole thing again. We had some tremendous good luck where Flynn managed to get the weapon case, that's what he was doing, but then he died. I managed to go over there and assimilate with their team and still get out with the new enemy team that had killed Flynn. That was kind of good luck, and I'm sure that that won't necessarily happen for everybody. Especially the part where I managed to get across the entire map and assimilate with an enemy team without ever getting shot. It is worth remembering though that assimilation is an option, so if you do find another team fighting you, maybe they're trying to get the weapon case, try to invite them, try to offer for them to join you, because then you all get the weapon case and nobody needs to get shot. So that's how I did it, but there is actually an even easier way. That way took us about 5 tries, I think, before we managed to get it right, before Flynn managed to get the weapon case, you know, because he was doing it by himself pretty much, and I managed to get all the way to the exfil with the weapon case without getting hit. The easier way to do it, which is almost definitely an exploit, and I wouldn't be surprised if it got patched out at some point, is for the person who's trying to complete a mission to immediately go out of bounds until they die. For some reason, when you go out of bounds and you get killed, it doesn't actually cause any damage. It just kind of deletes you from the game because you can't be resurrected or anything like that. So that means that you haven't taken any damage, but you are still technically in the game with your party. So all you need to do now is have the rest of your party go and grab that case, exfil with it, and if they manage it, this will complete for you. We tested this, we did it with Flynn, it definitely works, but obviously you've still got all of the same problems of the original people trying to do it with one less person than they would usually have, but you don't have to worry about whether anybody gets shot or not. So there you have it. That's how you complete Untouchable. That's at least how we did it. Now, this is one of those missions where you have to do it for yourself. So when you're doing the mission, you have to make sure that you don't take any damage. It doesn't unlock for the entire team or anything like that. That would make this far too easy. So we had to do it twice. And like I said, it took us about 5 attempts to get it the first time. And then when we tried it with the second method, where Flynn just immediately died out of bounds, that worked first time. That wasn't a problem at all. So let me know in the comments if this works for you. Also, share your tips in the comments of how do you kill the Bullfrog as quickly as possible. Precision airstrikes are good, jumping on top of it's good. People might have some other ideas of how you can take it out quick. Also, if you need a teammate, if you need someone else to help you with this, just leave your gamer tag, whatever, in the comments below, and hopefully someone will add you, and then you can try and work together to get this done. Work together, who knows, you might even make a new friend or something. That'll be pretty cool. If you found this video useful, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you for the next one. Goodbye. Yeah, but did it count as completed for you? Yeah, it says you got it done. Oh my god.